Hey, how's it going? Sean here, and welcome to this video where I want to talk to you today about a book that has made a profound difference in my life. This book, this presence of this book, what it's done for me, it has really revolutionized how I see money, wealth, rich people, and success in a whole new light that I didn't see before. Most of my life I was raised with an inner conflict about money. On the one hand, I loved it because every time I have money, I can buy nice things, I can do nice things, and I can have fun with money. But at the same time, I also had this inner feeling that whenever I have money, I'm like being greedy, or rich people are like people who are like really selfish. I had really negative associations towards people who had a lot of money and they were really arrogant. And I had this inner conflict, and I was like, why would I want to chase money when I could meditate and love and find serenity in simple things and just being simple, and I don't need to go and have like the greatest things. So this book, it's so powerful because it has derived this information through teachings of Emerson, through teachings of Christ, and it really refined this teaching in a new way to really understand the difference between getting rich with creative method and getting rich with competitive method. And it just revolutionized how I think about money and wealth, and as a result of that, I've been able to get a lot more of it. And I believe I want to pass on the same realization to you. If you're eager to have more money and wealth and prosperity in your life, and you have this inner conflict that getting rich is kind of unspiritual, or God doesn't like it, or it's taken away from other people. So one beautiful example that he makes, and I learned this through I think teachings of Emerson also, is that as we look at this flower, it's a beautiful flower, and the seed that was meant to make this flower is the seed of life itself. Its only purpose is to blossom, is to become all it came to be. So it would be crazy for us to think that if this becomes all it came to be, to blossom, it would be selfish of it if this flower. But the same principle of life in us wants us to become all we came here to be. Are you with me? Now, it's the same thing. It would be completely crazy for me to think I should not be as healthy, as fit, as good looking as I can become, because it would be unfair to somebody else on the other side of the world who can't get as healthy, can't get as fit as they can become. It would be stupid, right? Because health is abundance. Health is abundance. It would be crazy for me to think I cannot love others unconditionally because somebody else wasn't loved as much, right? Because love is abundance. So in the same way, it would be just as stupid for me to think I should not get wealthy with creative method because there are other people who would not have enough money or aren't living in prosperity. So then the discovery came. Here's the discovery came, and I'm going to tell you what book this is at the end because I don't want you to prejudge the book. I'm going to tell you at the end. But the next discovery came for me is, hang on, I lost my thought. Oh yeah, the next discovery came is when I discovered a very particular difference between getting rich with creative method and getting rich through competitive method. As it says in the book, when you get rich through creative method, everybody else prospers. Everybody else has more. But when we get rich through competitive method, we basically destroy life. And he talks about getting rich with competitive method brings nothing but misery. You have riches today, tomorrow somebody else has it. And there is so much anxiety associated with it. But getting rich with creative method, it's so easy. There's no need to rush. There's no need to protect. There's no need to fight and sue people or any of that. Because getting rich with creative method is an expression of life itself. It's just like this flower. So what it means, creative method, what does it mean to competitive method? My understanding is that when you basically copy somebody else's method and you basically do exactly what they're doing in a very limited market, that's a competitive method. So if, let's say, there's a barber store here and you go make another barber store next door and you do the same thing, I think that's kind of competitive method. But a creative method, let's say Facebook, Google, all this incredible technology, or creating an amazing innovative course, a new way of combining ideas together that's never done before, educating others, adding to life. This is the creative method of getting rich, which basically means providing incredible value to people, speaking life into them, as one of my new friends says, speaking life into people in creative ways. And as a result of that, as the law of reciprocity, life rewards us through value, which tends to be money in our society. How we live in our society, we exchange value with money. So this has been the incredible realization for me, and I have this deep desire for God, deep desire for being good, and to, you know, knowing what's the real thing in life, not just the superficiality and, like, you know, ego and money and wealth and stuff. But this book really combined the two together, made me realize that getting rich with creative method is the most spiritual thing. It's the most selfless act of service I can do. It was easy for me to sit at home, meditate for hours. I've done multiple meditation retreats and prayer retreats and all that, but it was really difficult to me to get out of my comfort zone, to get out in the world, to serve people, to learn, to create create products and services to be helpful to people. So, what is the name of this book that has been put me on fire like this? The name of the book is The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. The Science of Getting Rich by Science D. Wattles. Now, why was I kind of slow in telling you the name? Is because when I first heard the name, The Science of Getting Rich, it sounded a little, you know, a little sketchy. It's like the science of getting rich. Really, how could you get rich? Because I didn't even believe it's possible to get rich. And if somebody telling me there's a science into getting rich, then I would really start getting skeptical. And then getting rich was a little scary thing to me. I didn't want to be, you know, like an evil thing, or this thing is trying to, like, make me get off my spiritual path of God. But this book has been a life changer for me, and I really, really love it. And surprisingly, it is a book, or not surprisingly I should say, it is a book that comes hand in hand with this other book, The Law of Success. And both of these books, get this, both of these books are the books that I received for free as a gift by the same person, Matthew Park, which I want to give him credit to, as a Christmas gift. Funny enough. And when I first got these books, I didn't even think much of them until I read them, and I've been reading them every single day for the past 6 to 8 months. And not surprisingly, my income has been increasing week by week, month by month ever since then. So I really want to inspire you. If that speaks to you, if this video speaks to you, get this book now from Amazon. Don't just read it for free online. It won't do the same thing. I don't believe so. You need to have the book to highlight it, to meditate on it, to go over it. And while I'm at this author, there's another book called The Science of Being Great, which I can talk about it later. But we want to not only read the book, but also think about what we read. So there is a quick video sharing my discovery, my gift that I received through this book. And I really hope that you act on this and order the book, read it at least 3 times before you even decide if it's good or bad. But more than reading it, think about what you read and try to see how it applies to your life. And I really hope it does what it did to me, which is total feeling of prosperity and a new love for creating value for others with creative method, not competitive method, and getting away from competing with others. You know, I used to do some certain books in a certain niches, which was very competitive. I had no passion towards those books. I had no desire. All I wanted to do was to make money with them. And I was so anxious because every day somebody else would come with a new book, and then I had to beat their book, etc. But this book really taught me to don't go after those things that other people wouldn't get to. Follow my heart, follow my mission, which is what I'm doing through my self-publishing course, which is, by the way, coming out on May 1st, so stand by for that. But anyway, so I hope this video was helpful to you. I look forward to hearing from you with more videos. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.